Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Scarfinger, and this is Scarcasm. Chase is being funny in the camera right now, which none of you can see. Which
they can all see it because the camera goes right into their brains when they're listening to it in their car, and they just see my face in their sublime thoughts.
I am eternally sorry for the visual that each of you just received. And also, what do you want to go by during the show?
Are you directing that question to me?
Of course I'm talking to you.
Well, in the Discord, you're Mrs. Awakened Heathen, but your actual thing is like Penny Arcadia. But sometimes you go by like.
There are many things I go.
Joy Eston Choice on, or Joy Eston Trois, or however you want to say it on.
Choice. It's French. Get it right.
But I think it's pronounced like Trois. Like,
no, it is not. It means joy is a choice. You can call me
Trois. Never watched that movie.
Trois.
Yes, there was a movie. There's a movie where a man and his wife seek out to have a menage.
Oh.
Hence the title of the movie. And then like really fucked up shit happens as a result. But never, ever, ever, ever watch that movie. It is the dumbest movie in history. I think.
Is it a comedy?
Not an intentional one.
Not an intentional comedy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's there was an old episode. There's an old episode of Geeks with Color where they get sidetracked talking about Trois, and that pretty much becomes the episode.
Interesting.
That movie is that terrible and that laughable, but it is not supposed to be that laughable. And it stars that dude who used to be in CSI, the one that's like really messed up now, the light skinned brother. What's his name? Gary Dwarnan or something like that. But yeah, he stars in that movie. I need to pull this up, but I can't remember how to spell Trois, so I'm gonna have to look up him and see.
Is it TWA? Trois.
No, it's something,
or TWAH.
It's weird. Hold up, let me find it. I'm gonna find this.
You all right there?
Okay, you good? You're
yep.
alive?
Yep.
So yeah, we're gonna talk about some things. It's TROIS.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's a little odd. But yes, it is a very, very terrible movie, and no one should ever watch it unless you're high. It's probably greatness when you're high.
Well, I just finished the second season of 13 Reasons Why and got incredibly fucked up by it. Excuse my language.
Oh, you can cuss here. This ain't facetious.
Oh, okay. But I got incredibly fucked up.
And all of a sudden, Blue
it.
comes up behind you and was like, "Nah, bro."
Well, also, let's talk about that. Facetious has moved to Thursdays now.
Really?
Because I'm scheduling stuff, so I am now doing both shows on Thursday, which pretty much means like it's like murder on me. I mean, I could do the talking just fine, but trying to come up with different things to talk about on both shows is probably going to be a problem. I think so. So, but yeah, it's on Thursdays now, and also we're back on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's cool because sometimes.
Yeah, I got a notification about it today.
Yeah, yeah, because I got a notification too. Since it wasn't Monday, I just figured it was Blue just streaming. But
yeah, because when it popped up for me, it said that he was playing like Ghost Recon or some shit like that.
Oh, yeah, it's better for YouTube in the fact that the other thing looks cooler, and it is cool when you're in there. It's just. Then the notifications and all that stuff just wasn't there, because that sometimes I will forget. I mean, we're all busy, and it's kind of even if the notification's like 10 or 20 minutes late, it will be you're still there because I've missed a few of the facetici with because just forgetting about it,
Yeah, and he sent it on several different streams, so it was on YouTube, it was on Twitch, it was on Mixer. However he did it, like, automagically. It just kind of worked, I guess, on his end. I don't know. I ain't had to do nothing but show up and talk. So works out for me. So yeah, Thursday facetious, still the same time, 7.
Cool.
7 Eastern. And so now Facetious and Scarcasm will be recording on the same day until I get sick of it and I move Scarcasm to Mondays.
Cool.
Okay. So so I don't really have much to talk about from my week at all. I haven't done very much, except for I did do one thing. I started recording videos of me painting. I've put one out so far.
Two.
No, the first one that my girlfriend recorded, that one don't count. That was kind of like a test run. I've been trying to figure out all this. But I did one completely on my own because I bought a thing that you could hook up to a tripod that holds your phone, so that I could record without her having to hold the phone and do all that stuff. So I did that. I put that out. I recorded 2 videos, both using the same colors. The other one, the first one was that painting that I posted that I didn't like at all, and people seemed to really like it. And I'm like, well, why do you like this crap? I mean, I thought it was crap. But people seem to like it. I got a whole bunch of likes on Instagram and all this kind of weird stuff, and I'm just like, what is wrong with you people?
Well, I think it's when you said that what it was supposed to be and what it turned out to be, it wasn't what you planned, but it still isn't a bad looking painting. But if you plan to do think of that painting as like, I plan to do browns and I plan for it to look like marble or mountains or whatever, and you'll probably feel a little bit better about it. But
the little ridges in the painting, I did that because I was like, this is terrible. I'm bored. Let me get a straw, and I just kind of blew through it. Just blew lines in it with a straw. And that's where the little white ridges came from. That was me like, okay, I'm just gonna play with this and like just have some fun, I guess, because this is hideous. That happened. But yeah, so I did record that, and then I recorded another video using the same colors, but I did it differently, and I probably put both of those out together, so that the better painting can make up for the ugly one. And so, yeah, and it's just me learning how to use the software. I'm going to try to figure out how to speed it up. Instead of using the audio because of my freezer, which I had an epiphany about the freezer thing. Let me tell you. Okay, so all this time I kept saying, and I totally said that I didn't have much to talk about, but now I have everything to talk about. Here's the problem that I had. I kept saying that my freezer makes too much noise, and I had to do a lot of cleaning on that one. The first video, I had to do a lot of sound cleaning to take out the sound of the freezer, and it's still there a little bit. And then I was sitting there at work one day, and I was thinking about that video, and I was like, well, this only really takes about 15 to 20 minutes once I have the paint mixed. Why not just turn the freezer off?
Yeah.
Yeah. and the thought never, that thought never crossed my mind initially.
Just don't open it and it should be fine.
Yeah, it should be fine for like 15, 20 minutes. I mean, the paintings don't take that long to do. So it should be all right. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to get a little light for the little thingy, a little LED light and a little microphone to put on it. It's kind of cool, and it's like, ooh, yeah, I'm a fucking video person. Like,
you're so happy about this.
No, I'm being. It's fun. The stuff isn't like super cheap. The LED light is like $20. Like, it's not so bad. The microphone is like $40. That might be a little bit more of an issue, but I'm gonna have to do it soon because my daughter's gonna be here. I'm going to Maryland the weekend of Father's Day and bringing her back with me. So pretty much all bets are off with just random purchases. So, because I'll have my daughter here for the rest of the summer, so I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do and then get that shit now. You know what I'm saying? So, how are your weeks?
Well,
should we?
Yeah. Yesterday, my grandma passed away, so Saturday we want to do the funeral and the viewing. Yeah. So
I thought white people usually wait on that. I know like black people like everything is done in like 3 days, but I thought white people like wait like weeks to get this stuff taken care of.
Well, this actually went pretty fast. She passed away yesterday at 4. Today they were discussing the arrangements. They've even, when we were driving past the graveyard, they were getting it already.
like the blue tent and stuff.
They were digging and stuff. But
Blue tents? I like blue tent. Ours are usually green.
yeah, it's blue. But yeah, Saturday is the funeral. The family views and pays their respects, and then the rest of them come at 1:30. So.
But yeah,
I'm really.
it's okay. She was pretty sick. She, like I said before, the dialysis and stuff, where she was like, I'm done with this, and then, how she was acting and stuff. But the one time that we went to go see her with Riley, she was like really good and like herself.
yeah.
She was like, she was telling my mom, she was like, I sure do need a perm in this hair. And all this is like you don't need to be thinking about no perm. But,
Gotta get them curlies.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but then before we went to Hendersonville, I visited her a couple of days, and she was tired both times. And this was after she started on the morphine. And she, the first time I thought it was just late. By the time I got there, I got off work, and it was about 8 or 9 o'clock. And she really wasn't talking much, and when she talked, it sounded like she was trying to whisper and stuff. But then when I got up to leave, she's like, "Where are you going?" Like, just as plain as day. I was like, "I'm heading out, Grandma." She's like, "Okay, I'll see you on Wednesday. We're going to be back Wednesday." She's like, "Okay." And then after I came back, I went, and that was around like 4 o'clock, and she had just got done eating, and I noticed she ate most of her burger and drank her cranberry juice, which was the main thing, the cranberry juice for the kidneys and all that. And she was, I don't know if I said this last time, I might have did, but she still didn't say much. But then when I was like, "I love you, Grandma," she's like, "I love you." So that's pretty much the last time I saw her. So
I think I had a similar situation with my grandma, but my grandma, she gave up. She had just lost the second of her 4 children a couple months prior. My mom died like years ago. I was 7. I had just turned 7. So my mom died a long time ago, and then my aunt had passed away a couple months before. And my aunt was my grandma's world. Like she was everything. And when she died suddenly, it just really messed her up. And then, so she was in the hospital, and she was like we all went to visit her, but like only a couple of us could go in the room at a time. And so me and my older sister went there, and my older sister was doing all of the talking, and it was just a weird situation. And my sister was just like, "We're gonna fight this, right?" And she was just like, and she was just, at that point, like, I guess losing a child and all of that other stuff, losing another child, she was just done. And,
right.
And she, just in that moment, she just gave up, and she just didn't want to fight anymore. But it's weird when for me, the phone don't ring the same. Mm-hmm. Because my grandma was one of those people that would just call you because she ain't had nothing else to do, so she'll call you to see what's going on with you. Mm-hmm. And she was one of those people, she would call all the time. And like the weirdness of like the phone doesn't ring the same. Like it doesn't feel right to receive a phone call after that. And then those times where, like really, really early in that process where you go, when something happens and you go, "I need to call my," like that started happening, and it was all pretty much down here from there. But yeah, man, you know what? I would do a moment of silence for your grandma. But here's the problem. I truncate all of the silence when I edit the shows. So if we do a moment of silence, For us, it would be a moment of silence. For them, nothing would happen.
Right.
We
Right.
would just.
So here's a moment of silence. All right, let's get in the movies.
All right,
But,
so I think I don't know. We need to do something for Grandma. We need to do something for Grandma. We need to figure that out over the course of this show. When we start talking about all of our mess, we need to do something for Grandma. We need to figure this out.
okay.
We
We can talk about RFT TV.
what's your
RFT TV.
what's your grandma's favorite song?
Probably something by the Statler Brothers.
The stuff.
I know of the Statler Brothers from those like country music commercials, like country. It's like those the old time country, and they have like the old time country gospel songs and stuff like that. And the Statler Brothers and all of those other people from like those commercials that you see like back in the day. Like that's the only thing I know about the Statler Brothers.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see if we can work something out. I got this.
It is getting hot in here.
I've already fixed that situation.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but you don't feel very good, so it's and all this stuff, everything happening in one shot. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
I've been there, and then I've been there twice. But the other time, I didn't really know my other grandma very well, and I made a huge mistake. It was after my, the grandma that I just told you about. It was after that. So I lost that was my mom's mom.
Mm-hmm.
So when my dad's mom passed, I went to the funeral. And I was talking to my cousin, who I don't know very much. And like my dad's people, I know them, but I don't know them. And I was talking to him about like ways to deal with this. And I was like, yeah, when I lost my grandma, because I didn't know the other grandma very well. So when I was talking like, when I lost my grandma, like these things happened and how I dealt with it and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't realize that I was basically saying that this lady wasn't my grandma. Mm-hmm. So like, I'm just talking and then I'm just, trying to do something to make him feel better. But he kind of had this look of anger on his face, like nigga, that's your grandma too. Like, what is you talking about? Like, and I didn't realize what I was doing in the moment. And I just kind of did that thing where you're just kind of super embarrassed about something. So I just got the fuck up and walked away. Mm-hmm. Like, I was super embarrassed by that. And I really felt bad. And, I don't know if I ever did, but I probably should have apologized, to him and her. Because like I said, I didn't really know her that well, but that was still my grandma. Mm-hmm. But like, I didn't
It's
in that moment, I didn't connect those dots.
It's those things to where it's just your normal speak. Like sometimes your normal, like, what is it when you're like just talking about the weather and stuff?
Casual.
Yeah, your normal like casual conversation is like sometimes it just doesn't fit in certain situations. Like if you like say my buddy Max, he lost his dad last year, and then we were at the it wasn't really a viewing, it was more like a little party that's what he wanted everyone to have fun at this party and drink and stuff. And one of our friends were there, and one of them came up and he was like, "Oh man, it's been a while since I've seen you. It's been like 15 years. It's like, how you been?" And I was like, "Yeah, just, still living." And I just, it dawned on me. I was like, holy shit. Still living, well, I'm still alive, unlike some people I know. That's how it sounded like that in my mind. I was like, oh, I didn't mean that. He was like, but everyone knows you don't really mean it. But then in your mind, you're like thinking,
how inappropriate that was.
Yeah, because sometimes those like benign little things just don't fit in every conversation, and yet you think they're supposed to,
Right. It's like casual use of the N word, but Oh, speaking of the N word, Rachel Dolezal is going to jail.
Rachel Dolezal.
Do you know who Rachel Dolezal is?
I do not.
No.
She was the white lady that was outed for pretending to be black.
Oh. And she's finally going to jail?
Yeah, apparently there was some welfare fraud, and she's facing up to 15 years.
Oh.
Welfare fraud.
So yeah, that happened. They coming for Morgan Freeman. the ladies are saying that he has been inappropriate. So now someone said something really creepy. Someone said something really creepy, and it made my mind's eye go like way far out. But like someone said, like, what if you're being sexually assaulted by Morgan Freeman and he's narrating it himself? Like, that just makes your mind just go to places, right? Like, it makes your mind just go to some very weird places, and it's like, no, come back here, do not do that. Like, talking in your own mind, like, don't do that.
What's sad is I can actually hear it in my mind, like the narration.
Right, exactly, and that's weird, and then like you have to tell your mind not to do that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and also the homie Rashani, right, posted this article about this lady who got arrested for forcing oral sex on the cable guy.
The cable guy?
Yes, a cable guy was there to fix her cable box or whatever. And while he was waiting for it to reset and all of that, he sat down on the couch. So she sat down on the couch next to him and grabbed his hand, put it on her breast, and she forced oral sex upon him.
How?
I mean,
How?
She sucked his dick. She didn't make him do it. She sucked his dick, and he reported her.
But yet he sat there and took it.
Well,
right?
It doesn't say how long he took it, so maybe. But like maybe she thought she was in a flick. You know what I'm saying? Like the cable guy comes over and is like, you know. I know, like one of those weird things, like, you know, the plumber shows up and is like, I need to put my snake in your pipes, like, you know, like that you know, some stupid shit like that.
Would you turn that down if a girl put your hand on her boob and then went down on you? Would you turn that shit down?
I would, because I'm a prudy freak. I'm a freak with my lady. I'm not a freak with all ladies. Like when it comes, like me personally, I'm a prudy freak. Like you know, like you wouldn't really know how crazy I am because I'm only that crazy with my lady. I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing from nobody else. I don't need nothing from nobody else. So if someone tried to like force them, you know, try to suck my dick, it's like, no, that ain't about to happen, lady. But like that comes to the question that I would ask, like, how does someone get to your dick without you? If you don't want it? If you don't want it, how does a woman by herself get to
I'm saying.
You know what
right?
I'm saying?
Because you know he has to have more strength than her, right?
Right. And I mean, maybe it was just bad. It was like, I'm gonna report your ass. This is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. I'm reporting your ass.
Do it again, Scar. Do it again, please. Just one more time.
For the listening audience, I stood up and pretended to pull my pants back up. But like, maybe it was just terrible. Like part of me is just like, poor guy. But the other part is like, poor guy, it must have been horrible. Like for you to report someone for sucking your dick, like it had to be terrible.
Well, did she have like artificial teeth that she had to take out or something? Like, was it that bad?
No, that doesn't sound like a bad thing at all. Like, if she take them teeth out, then you ain't got to worry about getting scraped. Like, but except when you don't want it. Like, I mean, this is also coming from somebody.
Well, what if it was like a real timid, like, you know, like Geek Squad type dude that didn't know what to do with the situation?
What do you need to do in that situation? Like, for real, let's think about.
What if he's never had this happen before and is completely shocked, but he didn't want it to happen, but he didn't know what to say?
What exactly what on earth do you need to do to get your dick sucked? Nothing. Like, what do you, I mean, like, it obviously was an unwanted advance. Okay, we get that now. But in the moment, what do you do?
So if he's like, wait, I don't know, lady, well, This ain't never happened before. It's
Yeah, if someone wants, if your lady wants to suck your dick, if your lady wants to suck your dick, the only thing you have to do is let it happen, right? Like, you don't have to do anything. Like, we do other things, like, if she's kind of sideways, you kind of give that reach around. But like, you kind of do, so you can, there's things you can do while that's happening, but the only thing you really have to do is let it happen, right? Mm-hmm. Like, if she know what she's doing, all you got to do is let her work. Like, you do you do you. I'm gonna lay here.
Just like that too.
Yeah. Yep. I'm just going. I have fun. Like, okay. So everybody who listens to the podcast knows this, but I'm a talker. I am also very much a talker during sex. I mean, like, very much so. I'm like Wesley Pipes to this shit. Like, I don't know if y'all know, y'all white people, so I don't know if y'all know who Wesley Pipes is. But Wesley Pipes is a porn star. He stars in a lot of black porn, and he talks all kinds of shit through the whole thing. And most people say that they can't stand scenes that he's in because he talks too much. And he like, when you're watching it, he kind of takes you out of it. It's just like, I don't really want to be jerking my dick to a dude's voice. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of thing. But I am that guy. Like, I am that guy. I talk through the whole thing.
So give us an example. What are some of the things that you like to say?
No, I just,
for the viewers, Scar.
No,
for the viewers.
No, I won't say exactly what I say, but I learned something. I watched this porn documentary, right? A long time ago. I can't remember what it's called.
Was it Sasha Grey one?
No. It was one where they interviewed a lot of different porn stars about the industry and stuff like that. And this one lady,
I've seen it.
This one lady was talking about, like, when she first got in and she didn't know what to do, and someone told her that she needed to talk, right? And she was like, well, I don't know what to say. And it was like, it's easy. Just say what's happening. Like, if she's sucking your dick, be like, girl, suck that dick. Like, like, start there. And then kind of work from there. Like, when things are happening good, give positive reinforcement, but in a very nasty ass way.
So Chase, I should be like, when you try to pull back, I'd be like, no, clean your plate.
That's what I'm talking about. See, and also I find it incredibly. I don't understand this. Has always been like, I find it incredibly sexy when a woman says pussy.
Why?
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. When a woman says pussy, that's like, it's like really sexy to me. Like, and I'm just like, I tell my girl, I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just tell me. I need this right now. I need you to do this for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
the Dr. Ruth talk is like off the charts on this podcast tonight.
Yeah. Well, what about penis? Does that do the same thing for you?
Nope, not at all.
So if she's like, come on, put that penis in, that wouldn't do it for you?
No. I mean, it all depends, right? Because okay, so like, if I'm having sex and she says something about my dick, and I'm like, all right, dick, it works. It's not something that's like incredibly sexy to me, like how like a woman saying pussy, but like if she says, if she said put that dick in me or something like that, like, I'm cool with that. Now, one time she got a little bit, she went a little bit too far with it, but we was already in it, and she kind of said something about my big black dick, and it kind of threw everything off. Like, it threw it off just a little bit. Like, it didn't throw it off as far as if she would have said like my nigger dick or some shit like that. But like, it threw it off just a little bit, because I'm just like, I mean, I'm a man. It doesn't have to be a black dick. I mean, I understand that I'm black and I'm a man and I have a penis. It's just a penis.
So the rumors are true then. Once you go black, you just don't go back, right?
No, that it's not. I don't think it's just that, because, okay, I'll tell you the truth.
Okay, I'm ready.
Every white lady that I know of that dates black men exclusively, they pretty much all have the same story. It's the fact that they are not petite, and they were not accepted with their previously white partner. And, so, we don't mind the cushion. More cushion, more pushing. But, and that's part of the reason why, like, almost every white lady that I know of that exclusively dates black men, it starts there. Like, they were in relationships with white men, and the white men were overly concerned with their weight.
Why is that?
If they gained a little bit, it became a turnoff to them. And like white men, like, like outside of like, mass shooters and stuff like that, white men are kind of disgusting. And it's like they would just, and it's not even like a suggestion to them, like, okay, like maybe we should work on some things and lose some weight. It's like, no, you fat pig. You know what I mean? Like, like you're fucking disgusting. Like they go straight to the extremes with it. It's just like, yo, she had a baby, dog. Like, why are you, what's wrong? Like, you know what I mean? She just had a baby. Like, why are you acting like this? Like, like you kind of look at white men sometimes, and not necessarily you, Chase, cause you're my beard. You're my bro. But like sometimes white men go like a little bit overboard, and the like, especially white men with some sort of affluence. Mm-hmm. Which excludes you, Chase. You're great. but they want that typical like trophy wife type of thing. And then like something happens, she gains a little bit of weight. You know what I mean? She breaks her leg and she can't really move around. And now she gains some weight because she can only sit around the house for a little bit. She gains some weight. All of a sudden she becomes disgusting to him. And he verbalizes that and completely destroys her. And then that brother be like, ooh, that ass though. And she's just like, okay, I think I'm gonna go over there.
Yeah, well, see, I'm like the opposite. Like, I get big and my ass shrinks, so there would be no hope for me, literally.
Well, we had the conversation pre-show about your chest, right? And it's pretty typical that if you have a...
Y'all were talking about my tits on this podcast?
Said it. No, you said it during the pre-show. Damn it. Usually, a woman with a large chest has a flat butt.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah. So like, it's not that big of a thing. Just do some squats. You'll be alright.
I have done squats, and that shit hurts. Damn it. That is
okay. Or it's two things. You can do some squats, or you can just get some yoga pants and call it a day.
I just get yoga pants and call it a day.
Yeah, see, that's the easiest way to do it. Like, someone's gonna care about that ass though, as long as you got some yoga pants on.
This one cares about the ass, that ass.
Okay, so if we did all of this talking, how's your week?
What, my week? Oh God, I popped out 2 kids, and you're asking how my week is. Hectic. Like I said before, I just finished the 2nd season of 13 Reasons Why, and that fucked me up. Which I don't...
Now, I've never watched it because people have told me about it, and I was just like, I would never watch that.
I don't know. My mom started watching it, and I got kind of hooked on the 1st season, because it's, about a girl who, gets bullied and goes through all this shit, and it's rape, suicide, drugs, all that stuff's in it.
I don't think that can happen in the same order. If it does happen in that order, something is very wrong here. Because you said rape, suicide, drugs. Like, if it happens in that order, like, we have a problem here.
Actually, it did kind of go that way. There's a lot of bullying, a lot of sexual assault. She ends up, well, I don't want to fuck it up.
It's like the school from hell.
Basically, it's trying, yeah. But the 2nd season is all about the trial, because the mom gets upset with the school, takes the school to trial. But this just, what happens at the end of that season fucked me up so bad. Like, you could ask Chase, I was not right after that. Don't watch 13 Reasons Why, please. It's, especially if you...
Here's 13, the show is called 13 Reasons Why You Shouldn't Watch This.
Exactly. But my dumbass sat there and watched it, so, So, and then, of course, Grandma's passing, and, I kind of feel like I let her down a little bit. Like I could have done more for her. So I've been going through that. Yeah.
And something happened with when I went to my the thing that I do the miniatures and stuff.
Paint class?
Yeah, well, club basically.
Yeah.
Well, nobody was there, and I called Jonathan.
Paint club?
Yeah, I called Jonathan. He's like the main painter guy, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be able to make it. There's like a guy with a gun, and my laptop's gone. So later." And I was like, "So I haven't heard anything about that."
What the fuck?
So I was like, "So let's think about Jonathan. Hope he's all right."
Oh my god.
So
when was this?
on Wednesday.
That lady, the lady officer that got killed in Maryland, in Baltimore County, she was killed near Pooh Bear School. They had that whole area locked down. It just so happens that Pooh Bear had went home sick earlier, so she wasn't there. But they locked all of that down. And she got killed near Pooh Bear.
What the fuck?
Yeah. That's just crazy. And like the weird part about it is like for a while I had like real reservations about her being in Baltimore. Even though it's the county, I had weird reservations about her being in Baltimore. But then like Newport News got really crazy and people dying all the time. And I was like, maybe she is better off in Baltimore. Now I don't really feel like that.
I don't think anywhere is safe, to be quite honest. Because right down the road from us, there's a West Johnston High School, and these kids went up there, and there was a scare or something, and they locked down the school, and parents were freaking out, and I don't really think anywhere is that safe.
These are really scary times to be a parent with a school-age child.
Mm-hmm.
Like seriously, like I said that in the Discord when the last like big school shooting happened in, was it Santa Fe, Texas, or something like that?
It was in Texas. I'm not sure the town.
What? No, it was. I think the school was called Santa Fe or something like that.
I want to know what they said about the shooter. What was his what was his mental state? Because now instead of talking about the gun issue, they're talking about kids with mental health issues.
No, they're not talking about kids with mental health issues. They're talking about kids on Ritalin and all of that other shit. Like they when all of these things happen, like and I said this on Facetious earlier, so when you hear Facetious, yes, I said the same thing. My homie, Mr. Gates from the Haterazzi podcast, he said that one thing about all of these school shooters is they're all ugly.
Really?
Yeah, they're all ugly. And it, like,
and bullied, right?
Yeah, and then they get bullied and all of this kind of stuff. I think somebody said that he was teased a lot because he was on one of the sports teams and he didn't smell very well. Well, that's something you can fix, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, take a bath. Like, really? Like, and apparently he wasn't very good at whatever sport he was playing. Like, I didn't really look that deep into it because the last thing I want to do is the last thing I want to do is the opposite of what the media does, is make these motherfuckers infamous. Somebody had a really good suggestion on Facebook. Instead of like releasing their name and all of this kind of stuff, like talk about them, but don't give their name, give their number for how many school shootings there were this year. Mm-hmm. So that we all can understand what's really happening here. Like if he's number 87, like we really realize the depth that this goes and how serious this is if he's school shooter number 87 instead of being, Robert Smith or whatever. I think that's an actual famous person, right? It's like the dude.
Isn't that the guy
from The Cure?
Yeah, the dude from The Cure.
I just thought of a random name and then I realized it was some, I mean, that's a very generic sounding name. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah, but still.
But if we call him shooter number 87 instead of calling him Robert Smith, like, then we understand that this has happened 87 times. This, you know what I mean? Like 87 times previously this year. And it becomes more of a thing like we have to do something about this because this is shooter number 87 and like it's not even June yet. Like this year isn't even halfway over. You know what I mean? Like it becomes a bigger issue. I mean, it becomes more of a call to action if we stop using their name.
Right.
And,
Smoke weed every day.
hey,
I'm just throwing.
that used to be my ringtone back when ringtones was like the shit. Oh my god, my coworker still uses ringtones, and it's weird. She's an older lady, so we know, so at this point I know who's calling her by what song plays. But she still uses ringtones, and she got like special ringtones for like her husband and her son and stuff like that. And then her message tone is I think it's Bewitched, the ding ding ding, like it's that.
Yeah.
It's just it is just weird. And then when her husband calls, I always know what it is because is it's a country
Very
song.
white.
No, it's a country song. She's a white lady. She ain't gonna very well. Like as soon as her phone goes, "Hello, darling." It's been a long time, such lovely as you used to be.
Every time his mother would call and he had a ringtone, it would be "Run to the Hill."
Yeah, Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden.
I'm gonna tell you about that song. I played that song in like Guitar Hero and stuff like that, but I never really paid attention to the words until you have to sing it and you realize what it's about. It's about slaughtering Indians, and you're like, "Holy shit, this is a real like serious shit," and we're just playing right to the and you're not paying attention to the words until you have to sing them and you realize that it's about slaughtering Indians.
All I have to say
Native
is
Americans. I'm sorry, my bad.
But, like, all I have to say is if my sister heard that ringtone at that time, she would have fucked you up, seriously. My sister...
Yeah, but I'm sure it was like, I mean, they were a pretty, like, socially, socially aware band, Iron Maiden were, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the problem with the ringtone that my coworker has. I only know that one part of the damn song.
Hello, darling.
Yeah, all I do is it's been a long time, just as lovely as you used to be. And then it starts over after that. It pauses for a second and then it starts over. I don't know the rest of the fucking song. But yeah,
I will send it to you.
No, we good. I despise country music. I really do. Speaking of despising country music, if I never ever hear Tennessee whiskey again in my life, that would be...
I don't even know what that is, other than Jack Daniels.
It's a song, and it's not really a country song. It's kind of like it's really kind of like Neo Sam Cooke. But like, my girlfriend has a playlist that every time she plays music, she uses that playlist, and it's the same songs. And if I never hear that song ever again, that would be fucking great.
Speaking of playlists, I was on Spotify and I saw this. Your brother has made a playlist. We have. Let's see.
Okay.
What are you looking for?
Nas,
exactly?
Wiz Khalifa, Outkast, 3-6 Mafia, Bone Thugs, Aesop Rock, Glassjaw. So it's basically like a big mix of like post-hardcore, metalcore, and hip-hop.
Yep, that sounds about
There's
right.
Tupac, MIA, Blood Brothers, Run the Jewels, Black Star.
Run the Jewels is cool. Black Star.
He even got Cardi B on here.
Her album is fire. I don't care what nobody say. Her album is
TV
fire.
on the radio. So there's some indie rock in here too. So it's pretty.
That's a
It's
weird
pretty.
playlist. Like,
He's got the song Superman by that band.
I love TV on the radio. That
Superman?
That bass is like
Yeah.
so. It sounds like
Is that the Tony Hawk song or a different Superman?
no, that's a different Superman.
That's
The
the Tony Hawk
but
song.
TV
is
on the
forever.
radio have like a like their bass player like it's like really fuzzy, and sometimes it like just sounds like some sort of engine, but it works so well with like the beat of the song. You know, it's so good, like how he like just makes this like fuzzy noise, and it's just I love that band.
Well, my brother is a manager for a bar, and he recently broke up with his girlfriend because she wasn't paying. He would give her the rent money to pay the rent, and she would take that and spend it.
You know what? My other coworker said that like he was giving him and his wife are separated. Mm-hmm. But she's in the house. He went and got another apartment, but he still pays the mortgage. So he was giving her the money to pay the mortgage. And then all of a sudden, he gets a message saying that his house is about to be foreclosed on, and he had to pay them. He had to pay them like 10 G's in order to save his house. And she's never explained where the fuck that money went to.
Yeah, all I know is that he would give her the money, and when it came time, he wouldn't know anything. He thought she was actually paying it, and then come to find out, they have a certain amount of period of time to get out of the apartment because rent's not getting paid. So he just had enough and just left her, and now he's getting ready to move into a different apartment.
But yeah, I like that playlist. It's interesting.
No, I mean, if you gonna make a playlist after you break up, like I know some songs. Like I went through some shit in 2013, so I know some songs. Go ahead.
Like I don't really go with sad songs when I'm sad. I normally go with like super hype, like hardcore, like something to just get me like all hyped up.
You know what?
I listen to sad songs when I'm actually feeling pretty good because I'm like, I'm feeling pretty good. I don't listen to someone sad as fuck, so I'm be like, now it makes me even feel even better because I know I'm not that fucker.
Let me guess.
What?
Bright Eyes.
Yeah.
If that's not the most depressing band I've ever heard in the world, I can't.
But that's why they make you feel better. Because if you feel all happy and shit, listen to that motherfucker and you're like, oh shit, I feel even better because I'm not that fucking whiny motherfucker.
Really?
Yeah.
That is just...
Go ahead, out him. Nope, don't stop. Out his ass. Out him.
Out me. Go ahead. Do it. Out me.
That is
I'm on the
fucking
cross.
Ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous.
Ready.
Oh yeah. But I don't understand that. Why listen when you're happy? Why listen to something? Why listen to a whiny bitch?
He's not a whiny bitch.
He's a whiny bitch.
He's poetic.
You know what? When I was in that depression and listening to the songs that I would suggest for that kind of playlist, it was kind of the same way of like my it's kind of the same reason why I have the songs on my fucking playlist that I haven't used in quite a while. I should do that.
Wait, on your fucking playlist, like your playlist.
Yeah. Y'all don't got one? I mean, Chase said he wants to fuck the metal. So, like...
Well, we did that once. The Daughters.
You actually
and
did
that lasted about 2 seconds before it was done.
And well, to clarify, Daughters is the name of a band.
Yes.
And
it is.
Playing music lasted 2 seconds, not Chase. Let's clarify that.
I should have cleared that up. Sorry.
Let me bring up their album so I can be completely factual. Because their songs are, at least on their first album, because I think they kind of like branched out from this sound.
There it is. That's the album right there.
Yeah.
It was just the first song, and it was 38 seconds.
Yeah, I'm trying to... Okay, normally, like on the phone, it'll show you. There we go. Okay, this album is 10 songs long. The album lasts 11 minutes.
We only listened to one song before it was done. That was like 38 seconds.
Because their songs are like, the first track is 38 seconds, second one's a minute, there's a few just a minute, 34, minute 20, 52, 55, a minute 53, and it's done.
So it was like it came up when you were playing music and it just kind of came up while it was happening?
No, we just thought we would think, because they're actually kind of a cheekily sexual band. Like,
okay.
Like,
no, do not read that number 3. Do not read the name of that.
I'm not going to read that one. I'll read number 6. Well, I'll read number 5 and number 6. The number 5 is called Mike Morowitz, the Fantasy Fuck. The number 7 is Nurse, would you please prep the patient for sexual doctor? Well, number 7 is the best name for a song ever, which is, I don't give a shit about wood. I'm not a chemist.
Yeah, but number 3 says, I slept with the daughters and all I got was this lousy song written about me. Yeah.
So, but they're like...
But the song that he did or had on was called Fur Beach.
Yeah, Fur Beach.
38 seconds, Scar. 38. 38 seconds.
Hardcore pounding.
Because it was like...
Well, they're like... They're not very bassy. They're very...
Was he trying to keep the beat?
He was trying to keep the beat.
I mean, the beat is like... They're like super fast. And it's crazy because they're doing all these
so
chords.
are you.
Sorry, honey.
Okay, we're gonna start using doom metal from now on.
Okay.
We're just gonna like...
That is the name of the episode. It's super fast. I was gonna try to do a tribute to Grandma, but I cannot do a tribute to Grandma when we're talking about all this nasty shit.
Well, if you end up having me on your podcast, that will come up from time to time.
Super fast.
Super fast.
Okay, we're only gonna do it to this song by Sleep. It's called Dope Smoker, and the song is an hour and 3 minutes.
Your penis wouldn't last for an hour and 3 minutes.
But we're gonna go as slow as that song goes because it's like doom.
And then, sorry, I would get like really bored if that was the way it was gonna go. My vagina would get dry in a quick hurry.
Give her the Kindle and just be like, you do you, I'm gonna do me. You're like reading a book and he's like half whole.
Yeah, and I have like a vibrator on the
do they still...
Why did this podcast end up being this nasty?
Do they still make those Oh My Bod things? Hold on.
Oh, the perfume is called Bod?
No. There's a website. I mean, a company that makes these sex toys there, and it was called Oh My Bod, and it is sex toys that you can hook up to your phone, and it vibrates to the music that you play.
Oh, there you go, Chase.
There was a game that I was hearing about that did that same thing, to where the enemies would like move and fire and stuff at the beat of the music that you play. It's called like Beat Hazard or something.
Yeah, I think I've heard something of that. And then there was that one where it was like it was the PC game where you were like a little ship on a track and you had to like hit these like certain things, but you could make new tracks by importing different songs. I can't remember the name of that. I know like a lot of gamer nerds was like really into that game. I can't remember the name of that. That's gonna bother the shit out of me until I figure it out.
Maybe. Well, I searched up Beat Hazard. Audio Surf.
That's the name of it. You play a game and you change up the track by you change up the game by importing different music tracks. Mm-hmm. It was. I mean, a lot of like gamer nerds like were really into that at the time. But all right. I don't know where to go from here. I mean, we're like right at it. We're like right at an hour.
Did you play anything this week?
I played a little bit of the summer update preview for Killing Floor. Of course, I played Killing Floor. Like, come on, man. I played a little bit. I didn't play very much at all. I'm still watching all of the same stuff. The Flash ended. It was actually pretty cool. And I'm watching Black Lightning with my girlfriend, and I'm caught up on Supergirl, even though half of the time I don't know why I keep watching them.
Is it not good?
I always say it's more CW than WB. Meaning,
what happened to the WB frog?
The CW happened.
Oh.
It's very much more. It's like it's one of those superhero shows, but it's way more about like love triangles and this person is keeping secrets from me and all of this other like very like CW type shit. And it's not there's not as much superhero stuff. And like she's not like, I don't know how you say this, like she's not like the best superhero. And she in like every time she punches somebody, like it's awkward looking. Like you could tell that she wasn't a fighter before this. Mm-hmm. Like she'll like she cocks back like way far to like punch people and shit. And it's just like, why are you doing this?
Hannah should play Supergirl then. She does that fucking heavy lifting stuff.
It's
with a boyfriend that looks just like you, might I add.
Every time I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, go ahead and cough through it, dog. I see you.
Mm-hmm.
Because it would be mean if I said something.
What?
Okay, she does listen to
She already outed you for your 38 seconds of flavor. You know what I'm saying? You got outed already. That. Oh, should that be the show title? 38 seconds of flavor.
Yeah.
That's all.
But yeah, y'all don't have a playlist.
We have plenty of playlists, but not one specifically for that.
I did
like me and you like together playlists.
There's a lot of explosions in the sky and stuff like that.
There is a podcast that I recorded a long time ago with I used to call it the playlist, where me, my old co-host, my ex-wife, and another person would create a playlist based off of certain criteria. And me, my ex-wife, and the homie Adjective J from the Dream Team, we did that kind of playlist. The whole idea came from something where you were supposed to go to your music player. At that time, everybody had iPods. So go to your iPods and play like the first like 10 songs. Like put it on shuffle. What are the first 10 songs that play? And that idea turned into like, you know, building playlists, and all of that stuff is still available on the Scarcasm archive feed. Because, you know, all of that stuff was before I went to Libsyn, because Libsyn don't really play that shit with playing music. But like all of that shit is still there, and that show was fun.
When we do a podcast like that, because that sounds fun.
Because we can't put music on the show on Libsyn. We can't put unlicensed.
Well, we could we would list off the songs and list off what the songs are, but we wouldn't play them.
We can do that. We can definitely do that.
And maybe like if it's like in our our iTunes library or whatever, that we're listing off the songs, but then we'll make like a Spotify playlist of the what songs get listed, so people can listen to them on their own time.
I want to talk about that crazy song we heard on the radio. The one that I thought had a deeper meaning, but it actually didn't. The song's called Heathen. Like Heathens.
The 21 Pilots song?
Yeah. Have you heard that song before?
I don't think I have.
I thought there was like a deeper meaning to it, but come to find out, the artist is warning new fans.
About their old fans, because their old fans are kind of bullies.
Really?
They call them what now? Skeleton?
The Skeleton Clique is their fan base or whatever.
Okay.
And I guess they're like mean to the new fans because like you started listening to them when they were popular.
Oh my god, if only people could see that face.
I didn't want to see it. if we're being honest with her. I'm gonna find that show. I want to see if Libsyn will actually let me post it.
But I was never a really big fan of the band anyway, but I just thought it was... For one, I was like, so people did listen to these guys before they were popular? Wow, that's weird.
Right.
That's the first time I ever even heard that. I just thought that there was a deeper meaning to it.
Well, we don't really listen to a lot of popular music, so we don't really listen to the radio and stuff, so we're really out of the loop on like a lot of the what's like hot or whatever. So we just listen to what we listen to, and so...
That's cool. I see. I understand, but yeah, we need to wrap this up. But I need y'all to talk about your stuff really fast.
Well, I've been playing pretty much this game called Valhalla, which is VA11 HA A, which is
It's like a bartending game.
Yeah, it's like a code for it's like a cyberpunk world or whatever. So that's the code of the bar, and so they just call it Valhalla or whatever. So you're like just mixing drinks for people that come in and they like talk to you, and that's basically it.
Okay.
And so the story is pretty much you just listening to your patrons like just talk about their days and stuff. And it seems like some shit's going down with like the world and the police and you know their police state. I mean, cyberpunk is all dystopian, you know, and there's like robots or like cyborgs that are like sex bots and shit and all this stuff. So it's really interesting. And the main mechanic is just like listening to the people and mixing drinks, and you can sometimes they'll like be like, oh, give me the usual, so you have to kind of like remember what they ordered last, or like, oh, give me that one there's one that's by this guy who like named it after his friend, so you have to remember like which one that was or whatever, or you can tone down the alcohol one if someone's too drunk, or you can, if you want to get them drunk, you can, because the alcohol content doesn't count against the make of the drink or whatever.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool, and it's longer than I thought it was, because normally like a game like that, like these little indie games are like 3 to 4 hours, you know, and this is like 10 or 12. So I've played it for 6. So it's got a pretty cool little story. I dig it. And it's like pixel art, but it's not like, I don't really like sprites, like the little like old school Zelda, like when they make a new game that looks like that. But this is more like drawn stuff that's done in like a pixel way, so it's not as like, it doesn't really look like an NES game. It looks more like, I don't know what it looks like.
It's a hybrid.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. So that's pretty much all I played, and that and going back to Paladins a little bit. So, and if you look on my thing and like Mindy and the Ink Machine, yeah, that's not me. That's Aiden.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But as for me, I've been, you know, other than the 13 reasons why, been watching a lot of Supernatural and playing some Persona 5.
Like Supernatural has like 1 million seasons though.
Yeah, it's got like 12 seasons, and they're working on 13 right now.
I need to like actually get caught up on it, because it seems like it's a show for people who really like X-Files and Buffy. It's like that kind of show, you know what I mean?
Well, if they say it's aliens, it's always aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always seemed like a show that I would like. I just, every time I look at it, it's just like, I am not about to watch 13 fucking seasons of this shit.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, it's got like some really hilarious fucking
it's like
parts
that
in it.
We're super like dark, serious shit, but then like really well written comedy, you know, just like how Buffy was, you know.
Yeah.
That one guy that stars in it, he played in another show that I liked, right?
Are you talking about Jared Padalecki?
No.
Yeah, he plays in a lot of shit.
Or Jensen Ackles or whatever.
Yeah, that guy. He played. He was in Smallville. I was just. I guess Blue is watching Smallville right now, so that made me remember how much I really liked Smallville.
The other guy, he played in Gilmore Girls back in the day.
I am not white.
All I know when I watched
Gilmore is good. It seems like something that like it would be like, oh my god, it's the girliest thing, but it's really well written.
I will say that
it'll make you drink a lot of coffee.
I will. No, I don't drink coffee. No. I will say this though. My coworker got me into Vampire Diaries, and I was all about that shit for like 2 seasons.
Well, dude, Gilmore Girls is so much better than Vampire Diaries,
and I'm never gonna find out. Never.
You're treating Gilmore Girls like Blue treats Buffy.
No, it's just no. I'm just not white enough for it. Like, I'm just not.
Well, Jared Padalecki also played in one of the Jason movies.
Oh yeah, the reboot. He was in that.
Yeah, he played in that.
I don't really like the Jason movies. I only like Jason X.
I mean, I never, when I was younger, never really watched Jason. My favorite was Freddy, because to me he was more scarier because he fucked you up mentally. Like, you couldn't sleep, any of that shit.
So you don't know You don't know.
Welcome to my world, bitch.
I, as a child, I was taken to the Freddy movie Part 3. I was in the 3rd grade the first time.
Uh-huh.
I did the 3rd grade.
You just did.
So the first time I was in 3rd grade, the family went to go see the third one. The third one was Dream Warriors, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I saw that in the movie theater, and I was definitely a Freddy Krueger until my stepmom. I said this on Facetious a few weeks ago. My stepmom, or I can't remember whether it was on Facetious or whether it was on the Dream Team, but my stepmom forced me to watch the last regular one, where at the end they make him like a baby and they put him back in his mom's stomach.
Like, that one sucks.
No, I didn't watch that movie. She forced me to watch that scene. So it'd be like, okay, you're safe now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was deathly afraid. Like, I was, like, for real. I almost got into a fight with my sister once. My sister is 7 years older than me. My oldest sister is 7 years. And her and I almost got into a fist fight, because, I was up all night. And she was told to make sure that I went to sleep. And being afraid of Freddy Krueger, I was not about to go to sleep. Not at all. And she kept telling me to go to sleep, and she was frustrated. She wanted to go to bed, and was just like, look, I just need you to go to bed. And I'm like, nope, please just go to bed. And then it just turned into a more adversarial type thing. And I was, and like, my older sister at the time, she was like my idol. And she was like everything. And like, you know, this is before pubes too. So like, you know, my sister was like she was larger than life to me. And you know, turns out she's like 5'3". But, this is before pubes, you know what I'm saying? But like, I was gonna fight her that night because I was not going to bed. Mm-hmm. And she took a step back, like, you're really about to fight me over this? Like, okay, I'll just leave you alone. I'm going to bed. Like, you do what you do. You just stay your ass right here.
I think the Freddy movie that scared me like that the most was the Freddy's New Nightmare, where all the original characters played themselves in it.
That was the one where the Scream guy played in it.
Yeah.
The guy that does the voice for the Scream thing, he was like a limo driver or something like that.
Yeah. But what freaked me out was the fact that the kid would get sucked into his bed and then go into Freddy's world. And I did not put my feet in the middle of my bed. I literally slept all crunched up and shit because I was scared to death that he was going to suck me in the bed. So.
That's why I like Jason movies.
Alternate show title, Suck Me In.
Nice.
That's why I like Jason movies, because, like, my favorite one, I mean, I did like 3, but my favorite one was always, like, 6, because it was, like, so slapstick and just fun.
Slapstick.
Like, you know, when...
Just saying.
I mean, Freddy was, like, kind of a funny dude, but he was, like... he was, like, built on, like, extreme fear, like, that scared the hell out of you, you know what I mean?
You ever slap your stick doing sex? During your 38 seconds of flavor? Do you ever slap stick?
No.
I did once.
I have to read. This reminds me of something. I have to read you something.
Okay, we got to hurry up and wrap up. But like, slapsticking is actually kind of fun.
I found a new background. Look.
Oh, that's cute. Persona background.
Ew.
But it's all cute looking. See,
it's too bright. Oh, there it is. No. But like, we're on a podcast and they can't see that.
I know, but I'm about to read something for you. This is story time with Chase.
Okay,
this is the old blog post.
We got to wrap up after.
Yeah, we're doing it. Let's see here.
That's a shame. You know, we're doing it. Nobody can see. I'm just putting it out there.
I just want to say, for the record, I'm not trying to watch either.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Chase's moves. Free. I know Chase doesn't want to see my moves.
Y'all both will be having a conversation during it. And I'll have to see how Chase feels if I say pussy.
Do that shit. Do that shit. Oh, while Chase is looking for that, does Chase's penis have a name? Do you have a name for it?
Yes.
What's the? I've already told people mine on an old show. I've already told people the name of my penis.
Well, I used to call it Steven.
Steven? Why Steven?
He called mine Patricia.
Steven and Patricia. That sounds like an old white couple.
And my boobs are Hansel and Gretel.
What?
Yep.
Wow. All right. I know I've said this before, but my penis is named Happiness.
Happiness? So kind of like Ren and Stimpy to be like, happy, happy, joy, joy?
No, because it's happiness.
Oh, okay. Well, Chase's is just Steven.
Okay.
Steven and Patricia over here.
Patty. Say my name. Patty. I know neither one of you probably listen to Patti LaBelle at all, but that's the actual name. I mean, that's the actual song. What she says, say my name, and people say Patty.
Oh.
I'm getting here.
You're taking way too long. Like, this is... I'm not cutting this out of the podcast. You know that, right? Like...
I forget where it was, but
what are you looking for?
It's a blog post that was about some awesome shit.
We don't have time for this, Chase.
We have all the time.
He will keep us on here until he finds it.
No, I'm going to end the show right now. You got shout-outs you want?
Chase, do you?
I'm not talking to Chase. I'm talking to you. Chase is off in his own world trying to find some shit that nobody wants to hear. So... so, you...
I want to give a shout-out to Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy, Steven, Patricia, Hansel and Gretel. Y'all do some nice work.
I don't have a name for my.
Now, see, you should definitely do that, or ask her. Better yet, what would she name him? Because mine's Hansel and Gretel. Strolling along to the candy house.
and like you probably get a lot of breadcrumbs in your.
I try not to have that happen.
But see, breadcrumbs, bam. See, it all makes sense.
There.
It all makes sense now.
Yep.
But no.
I can't find it.
Good.
To be on the serious side, Grandma, she will be missed, though.
Are we really going to try to bring it back to Grandma after all of this nasty shit we've been...
Yes.
So how's it been having the Rat Pack over here?
What, me?
I had fun. Like, we didn't really... we just talked about random shit. Like, we didn't actually do the show how we normally do the show, but it's been fun.
Cool.
I've had fun.
We're the Rat Pack.
So really you guys like me on your show?
Yeah, when you're not just screaming shit in the background or playing Mass Effect too loud and then the aches coming through the microphone.
No, Mass Effect is my shit. I have to play.
I agree. I very much agree with you. I've played the game more times than I really would like to. I don't really want to tell people how many times I played Mass Effect, but I've played Mass Effect quite a few times.
Because how I do it is the first game I played twice, and the second one I just do my first playthrough, and then the third one I've played that twice.
Every Mass Effect game always starts the same for me. Well, the original trilogy, Andromeda not so much, but I always play 3 times. I played the first time I play Mass Effect, I answer the question I answer everything as if it was me. Like, what would I say here? What would I choose here? And then I play an all good. The second playthrough is always an all bad one, and I usually use a female character for that. And then I do an all good character, and just to see what the difference is. And then, I just kind of end up playing it multiple times, where I played the first 2 games over 13 times each.
Well, how do you feel playing a female character?
I like it with the exception of one thing. When I play a female character, I usually try to go for the Asari, because I have I don't
Girl on girl action.
I don't understand gay men, because I think men in general are kind of disgusting. And, you know, men just are disgusting. So I don't understand an attraction to a man. I understand a gay woman because she's attracted to women. I'm attracted to women. I understand that. I don't understand an attraction to men because men are fucking disgusting. So like I don't. So usually when I'm
You want to see my belly?
No, never. So usually I play as a gay woman, and then when like stuff happens that's not gay, I don't want to say I feel a little bit uncomfortable, but I feel like out of my realm of understanding because I believe that men are disgusting. You know what I mean? So like, when you play Mass Effect, and Caden lives, and you're a guy.
And then the third one, he starts coming after you.
Yeah, if you're a guy, he comes after you. Like, he loves you. And I'm like, dude, I should have fucking killed you. Or I should have let you die.
Exactly.
It's really weird to hear, like, Caden comes out the closet and, like, talking to you. And you're just like, bruh, it's not like that. Like, it ain't never been like that. It ain't never gonna be like that. Like, you're the worst character in Mass Effect history. I just let you live on this playthrough. But like, come on, bruh. I'm gonna need you to like grab your nuts, go find a lady to fuck, and leave me alone. Like, you know, like it just makes me feel weird. Like, I don't want to say uncomfortable. It's just like like I said, I don't understand an attraction to a man. I don't understand why a woman would be attracted to me. Like, I just don't get it. Like, it's just, but in the end, it's not for me to get. So I guess I'm okay with that. But yeah, so when I play a woman, it's not uncomfortable because usually it's my bad playthrough. So I'm just being a fucking jerk. But because I'm being a fucking jerk as someone completely unlike myself, it works out very easy. And for people who have a hard time playing a totally renegade character, when you play 2 and 3, the Cerberus armor works very well. And like any of the armor where the helmet doesn't come off, if you don't have to look yourself in the face, it makes it easier to go full renegade.
Okay. I just have a hard time doing renegade unless it's like certain situations,
Right.
And then I'll do it.
Dealing with certain people, it's just like, nope, I'm gonna push your bitch ass out the window.
Yeah. Or shut a Krogan up by shooting the gas tank.
Yes, like that type of stuff. Yeah, that type of stuff. But when I go full renegade, it's usually a female character because then I can distance myself from that character. But when I do my first playthrough, it's usually it's very much me. I would like, if I was in this situation, what would I say? And I have a much stronger connection to the character that way. Even to the fact that the first time I ever really felt something for a video game was Mass Effect 2, where I lost Morden, and I asked myself, like, what did I do wrong instead of what did the game do wrong or something like that. I seriously asked myself, like, what did I do wrong? And that's when I knew that I was really about this Mass Effect life.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, I play Mel Shep too, but but I still understand that the female actor is better. Like, she did a better job because
people say that, but I don't really like I said, I played 1 and 2 13 times each. I played 3 at least 6 times, and I played Andromeda 2.5 times. I will say the female writer is a much better writer. In Andromeda.
I don't know, she's more emotive or something. I don't know.
I had way more fun playing. I started as a female writer. For some reason, I just wanted to do something different, so I started as a female writer. And when I played a male writer, it just didn't. I just didn't feel it.
Andromeda for me, like, being so close and connected with my character in the trilogy, it was really hard for me to play Andromeda and actually like it.
And plus, it was Same with Persona, like the whole like first trimester thing.
Yeah.
I think. Okay, I gotta say this. I'm gonna say this, and then we really need to wrap up because the one thing that I tried to make sure that I put in my brain about Andromeda is like Shepard was a military person, so the idea of heroics and wanting to be that military hero was always in Shepard. Ryder was such a departure because they weren't military, they were looser and joking and all of this kind of stuff, and it felt weird at first, but it was also kind of freeing. Like, I didn't have that military baggage from Shepard when I was playing Ryder, and that's why I started really getting into playing Andromeda, because I felt freer to just be a person as opposed to trying my hardest to be a hero.
And I mean, I liked the exploration in the game, you know, a new galaxy, all that kind of stuff. But it was just, to me, it was hard because I got so attached to Shepard. And I didn't get to play it enough to where I would end up liking the game. So I played it once, and then, you know, that was that. I haven't played it in a while since then. I've been playing Persona right now, but I was too attached.
Far Cry 5 as well.
Yeah, catching, shooting fiery arrows at cultists. That's just so acceptable.
Oh, one more thing about Mass Effect. You said, and then we'll wrap up, is my buddy Damien from Dad's Hideout. He said he always was like a complete, really nice person, what is it? Renegade and Paragon, like a Paragon person to his crewmates, and just a complete dick to everybody else, like outside of like the Normandy. So that's how he always played it.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with y'all. Y'all my niggas. We do. The rest of them, they not my niggas.
Yeah.
All right, Chase. Shout outs. Let's wrap up.
Shout out to everybody listening. And everybody that, sometimes comes to the live shows. And I need to figure out how to get the live shows, I listened to the show, and it was pretty, It
would be fun to come on again and while you guys are doing an actual live show.
I ain't got no problem with you showing up for the live show.
That sounds cool.
This was fun. We can make fun of Chase more.
What are you doing, milking a cow?
Yeah.
What you trying to say, Chase? Look, I'm now about to get you in trouble. What you trying to say, Chase?
Well, my milking days are over right now, so there's no chance of that.
Already?
Yeah, I can't breastfeed, so babies had to dry up.
That's good because they stop hurting.
Mm-hmm. But then they start to sag, and it's really hard to make them look all nice and perky.
No, they don't need to be perky. They're boobs. Like guys are always transfixed by boobs. It doesn't matter. Like, for real. Like, every guy wants to see boobs. Like, every guy. Like, for real, an 86-year-old lady could walk in here right now, and if no one is here, she says, "You want to see my boobs?" And I would go, yes, I do.
Really? An old woman, you would want to see her boobs.
Boobs are magical. Like, for real. Once you hit puberty and you realize that boobs are magical, you kind of want to see them all shapes and sizes.
I thought guys like big, firm, perky boobs.
No, look,
bags of sand.
No,
bags of sand.
It's like beautiful bags of sand. But look, just check this. You don't have to have perky boobs. Get one of those nasty ass bras with the hole cut out where the nipples are, where it's holding you up. The nipples are out. He can do his thing. You can still be perky.
Ideas, Chase.
I used to work at a shop that sold sex toys and stuff. So for a short little while. So I kind of came up with some ideas. But yeah, this has been the nastiest show of the podcast in quite some time, and
sorry. me.
No, fuck that shit. It's awesome. So shout out to everybody who's listening now, wherever you are. Thank you. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to spend a few minutes with us, and we appreciate you for that. So for Chase and Miss Multi-Name,
You can just call me Miss Awakened Heathen. There you go.
yeah, for Chase and Miss Awakened Heathen. Shouldn't it be Mrs. Awakened Heathen?
Whatever you guys like.
Well, that's
call
what
me.
she's on the Discord, Mrs.
Yeah. You like it, so you better put a ring on. But
That's right.
you know what I'm saying? Now I'm extending the Sam show.
Come on, stand
Hey,
up and do it.
where did the
Star.
term "eating the box" come from?
Eating the box.
Where did that come from?
Yeah.
Do you know what Chase got me 1 year for Christmas?
What did you give 1 year for Christmas?
His dick in a box.
My dick in a box, girl. All right, this is Sarcasm. Thank y'all for listening. We're out of here. Peace out to the Warriors, yo.
Peace. Smoke weed
Sorry.
every day.
Sorry, Maeve J.
Scarcasm.